I am Michael Chambers, the Executive Director of the Cricket Hall of Fame located in Hartford, Connecticut. And I'm bringing you Series 3 of the Mindfulness program that we've been doing. We spoke about the 4 pillars to success. The first 3, mindfulness, visualization, and emotional intelligence. And then the 4th pillar we said was post-traumatic stress disorder treatment. So today we're going to be looking at visualization and how it is very important if we are going to have a successful career, a successful vocation, whatever we're doing. The 4 pillars, mindfulness, visualization, emotional intelligence, training. We must be trained in these 3 areas. This is what we call mind training, different from physical training where we go into the gym and do our exercises. We have to do mental training in order to be successful at whatever we do. We spoke about mindfulness. Today we will talk about visualization. What do we mean by visualization? When we visualize, we focus on something specific. We focus on an event, a person, or a goal we hope to achieve. So let's say we would like to perform a good innings at bat in an upcoming cricket match. What we would do, we would sit in a comfortable place or at nights when you're in bed, but when you're relaxed. And just like meditation, where you might want to close your eyes and relax the brain, take some deep breath, close your eyes if you want. You see yourself, if you want to visualize a good innings at bat, you see yourself batting. The bowler runs into ball and you see yourself playing a shot, you play a stroke to the ball that is pitched at you. You figure if it's short, what you're going to do. If you're going to make a shot, try to pull it to square leg, or if it's short enough, you cut into the covers. You decide as the batsman what you want to do. So visualization, you want to buy a house. You visualize yourself buying the house and actually living in the house. You visualize saving up your money, going to the bank, making sure you have enough cash, making sure you have all the requirements to get a loan. Then you would visualize going out, viewing who's with a real estate person, but just visualize what you would do to actually buy the house. Then you actually visualize buying the house and starting to live in the house. So you visualize all those things. We continuously repeat the activities that we are planning to do. Buying a house, buying a car, making some runs when you go to the wicket to bat, taking some wickets when you're bowling. You visualize all the actions. If you do this continuously, looking at creating an image in your mind, what you're doing, what happens is those images get placed into your subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious mind cannot determine whether that thing is real or it's not. So if the conscious mind is imagining a situation and feeding it to the conscious mind will only record it as an event. It won't record it as real or not real. It will record it as an event. So what happens, remember what we say now, the conscious mind and the conscious and the subconscious mind, they now compare notes. They will say, okay, Mike is trying to buy a house. What do we need to do to make sure that this is accomplished? Because in the subconscious, it's saying the house is already purchased because you're living in the house, you're at bat making all these runs. So the subconscious is thinking that you're accomplishing these goals. And it will now bring all the necessary attributes that you need to get this job done. Remember, every thought that is emotionalized, every thought that you put into your brain over and over and over again becomes magnetized. And this thought now will attract similar thoughts. So if you are constantly thinking about buying a house, making runs, buying a car, those are all imprinted into your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind now, it's his job to go and find all the resources that are necessary to make sure that you accomplish this goal. Whatever you think you placed in the subconscious now has to be manifested in reality. So the subconscious will once again seek for all the resources necessary to make this happen. So if you're at the wicket batting, the bowler is bowling, your subconscious will pull out all the necessary shots that you have to make to stay at bat. It will remember because now you're saying your job during the practice session is to practice, practice, practice. Have a number of balls bowled at you each day. So you record all these instances in your subconscious. Everything that happens to you from birth until now gets recorded in your subconscious. So a bowler comes up and he bowls a short pitched ball. Your subconscious will immediately seek what you did when such a ball was pitched at you 5, 10, 15 minutes, 5, 10, 15 days, 5, 10, 15 hours, weeks. All those are recorded, and one particular shot will come out and you will make that shot to a short pitched ball. If you practice all these events that you need to do to buy a house, when you actually get to buying the house, you will be so comfortable. All the necessary moves, necessary actions, necessary procedures that you have to put in place to buy the house, your subconscious would have already determined what's best for you. You will get your house. If you visualize getting the house and actually seeing yourself living in the house, you have to see yourself living in the house. Remember, the Bible tells us, call what is not as though it is. You don't have the house, but you pretend that you have the house. Your subconscious does not know that you're pretending, so it will do whatever it takes to manifest you buying a house. A car, you're buying a car. You test drive the car in your mind. You imagine the smell of the car, how it feels. You practice sitting right at your desk with the steering, driving, going down the road, waving at your friends. Your subconscious see that going on, imprints that. Now you're ready to buy your car because you've already practiced all those deals. Working with the dealer, working with a salesperson, going to the bank, getting your loan, practice that in your subconscious. Now it's the same thing for doing a letter, same thing for going to bat, the same thing for bowling. Every vocation is able to use visualization to improve performance. So we say to visualize, you concentrate your thoughts on a specific idea. Hold the thought in your mind and observe it over and over. Visualization. Hold the thought, what you're thinking of doing. See yourself doing it in your mind. Imagine yourself doing it. The more you practice seeing the thing, visualizing, remember your parents used to say, Johnny, you're daydreaming. You thought that was a bad thing. You were actually practicing visualization. When you daydream, you see something as if it was there, even though it's not there. We use visualization to create or form images, mental images of what's going on in our mind, things that we desire for ourselves. We visualize a sports person getting ready to engage in a particular game will, before the game, start thinking through the game. If he's a basketball player who is shooting basketballs at the hoop, a football player would be kicking the ball, a baseball player would be hitting the ball or throwing the ball. So you have to imagine what you're doing. A bowler on an imaginary situation considers himself bowling 6 balls outside the arc stump. He imagines himself doing that for a period. So he's coming on for a spell. He's going to bowl 5 overs. So he practiced that all day, sitting, standing in his house. He does not have to be in the nets. He does not have to be on a field. He can do it from the comfort of his house, of his home, visualizing doing these things. See yourself doing it. A batsman can visualize batting, short pitch ball, over pitch ball, leg break, off break. The batsman can practice batting to those balls right in the confines of his house. A bowler can concentrate on bowling 6 balls outside the off stump. Do this over and over, and this will imprint images into your subconscious mind. Visualization is simply training your mind. You are training your mind to accept a particular outcome that you want to be manifested. A bowler in cricket wants to bowl 6 balls outside the off stump. So he concentrates in his mind on bowling 6 balls outside the off stump. So the day of the game, when he starts bowling, all he has to do is to go back now in time, and the conscious mind will pick that up. He runs up to the wicket and he tells himself what he wants to do. I'm now going to bowl 6 balls outside the off stump. The batsman, any ball pitched outside the off stump, he knows what he's going to do. I'm going to play forward if it's pitched up. I'm going to step back. If it's short, I'm going to cut. If it's close, I'm going to pull. If it's into my body. So he makes those decisions from previous practice games, practicing the net, visualizing, doing it. Now he's ready for the game. How can visualization transform your life? not just sports, everything. We say visualization can improve performance. Visualization can overcome anxiety. Visualization can actually teach you what you want out of life. And visualization can reduce stress. So the question, what can visualization do to transform your life? One, improve your performance at your job, at your game, whatever. Whatever you're doing, visualization can improve performance. Overcome anxiety. You're going to do a public performance, a public speech in front of an audience, and you're always nervous. Visualize yourself giving the perfect speech. Practice it in front of the mirror. Close your eye in bed. Look at yourself doing a perfect delivery. Overcome anxiety. Learn what you want out of life. You can actually practice a number of things. Do I want to be a cricketer? Do I want to be a soccer player? Do I want to be a basketball player? Practice doing those things over and over and over. And your subconscious will actually come up with a reason why you should be a cricketer, a baseball player, or a soccer player. It will tell you what you want out of life. Reduce stress. Now, there are two kinds of stress. There's good stress, which is stress, and there's bad stress, which is distress. Distress will weigh down your conscious thinking. It will bring a sort of anxiety. So stress and anxiety go hand in hand. So visualization, if you imagine yourself performing the act, real comfortable, if you're being successful, visualize yourself being successful at what you're doing, then the stress will go away. So the four ways of using visualization to transform your life. It can improve performance, overcome anxiety. You can learn what you really want out of life, and you can relieve stress. Improve performance. Athletes and non-athletes can benefit from the use of visualization. Visualization will help to improve the ability of the athletes. So by visualizing, it helps to improve what they are capable of doing. On the job, visualization will help a worker to improve his performance and will cause them to improve the quality of work they produce. When you visualize, you now become more focused. You have now trained your mind, concentrate on the job at hand. The now moment, what you're doing at the moment. So visualization helps us to concentrate on one thing at a time. Remember, the brain, the conscious mind, is unruly. So when you train the mind, you will force it to pay attention to what you want the mind to concentrate on. So if you want the mind to concentrate on batting, bowling, fielding, catching, running, talking, writing your letter, the automobile mechanic, fixing the automobile, whatever you want your mind to focus on, you have to train it. Visualization is one of the ways to train it. What do you want out of life? What do you want out of life? Take some time to visualize. Imagine what you would want to be what you would want to grow up to be. What do you want to be for the rest of your life? Places you would want to visit, people you would want to meet, food you would want to taste. Get in the habit of writing a detailed description of what you want to do, where you want to go, what you would want to be for the rest of your life. The Bible tells us, Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision. So whatever you are thinking of, write it down. And every so often, go back and look at what you wrote on your piece of paper in your journal. I would want to be this. I would want to visit this place. I would want to taste this kind of food. Write it down and constantly read it and reread it so that it gets imprinted into your subconscious. Visualization. That is one of the methods, one of the pillars of success. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. This is Mike Chambers from the Cricket Hall of Fame talking about visualization.